Hello, everybody. C Mason 1015. I'm coming back at you live on the Fall Damage Feed the Beast server. I'd like to welcome everybody in our studio audience, as well as all those fine folks sitting at home. I know, I just crack myself up at this point. What's a guy gonna do? Okay, so here is the deal. I'm gonna walk over here where I don't have the blazes interrupting me all the time. So I love my DX Tory, and it records very well for me. I love my computer and everything. What I don't really love so much sometimes is my Microsoft Sound Manager. I recorded probably a good, I don't know. It was a long time of me just putzing around and stuff like that on the server the other day. And for some reason, Microsoft Sound Mapper decided to take my mic volume to 0. So you can hear me talking like this in the background, and I can't really do. And I don't know what I'm going to do. So if I decide to try to muck about with Audacity, I mean, there's just a little bit of volume in the background. I don't know if it's enough to really save me on this. If I decide to try to use some Audacity to try to fix that, maybe I'll upload that video first, or maybe I'll make a montage of kind of some of the stuff I did. But let me just explain to you what I did. So I pop open my little ender chest here, and I put that away, and I've got this little thing called a force wrench. Now, I watch, one of the people that I'm subscribed to is Tinfoil Chef, TFC. And he is like the chillest guy I know who plays Minecraft. I mean, he is just very, very cool to watch. He's not really talkative. He's kind of like, I think he's a lot like me in that respect. Not really all that talkative and stuff, but still really cool to watch and stuff. And so I watch him, and it was one of those things where, to re-explain some of this, I had gotten somehow, mysteriously through YouTube, unsubscribed to him, and I didn't even notice it for a long time, and then probably about a month ago, I noticed it, and I was like, what the heck? So I resubscribed, and he's really far along in Feed the Beast. He's playing on the Unleashed pack on the Hermitcraft Feed the Beast server. And he went and took a, what do you call those things? A Minotaur maze in the Twilight Force on totally by himself, wearing nothing more than basically what I'm wearing. He had a some sort of wand, and I don't know whether it's Thaumcraft or not. I think it's some sort of Thaumcraft wand where it shoots out lightning and kills all the mobs, so that was pretty cool. But then the other thing he had was this wrench right here. Now this is a force wrench. And what it does is really cool. If you click on an item with an inventory or click on an item in a certain state, it will in the FTB wiki, it does what it's called. It serializes that item. So let me see if I can just do that here. So okay, so I've got an electric furnace. You can see it's powered up. Now, normally, if I would click on it with a regular wrench, it would pop that electric furnace, but it would also lose all the power in it. But look at what happens when let me see, I think I shift-click it. Yep. Bling, right? So now I have that furnace in my inventory, and look, it looks weird, right? Okay. I'm just going to put it down. Aha. And it didn't place completely accurately, I guess, or whatever, but look what happens when I click on it. Totally powered. Is that not the coolest thing in the world? And it acts like a regular wrench otherwise. So, yeah, so that is very, very cool. So let's just serialize this again, because waste not, want not, right? And then we'll put it down, and we'll just click on it, right-click on it to change the facing again, and then let's see. Oh, that's probably just an error. That's probably just some sort of render error. So, if you have a chest, so let's say I had a chest full of items like this, and I clicked on it with this right. It's shift right click, so it's sneak right click. If I did that, it would store the entire chest in my inventory, and it would look like one of those, like I saw, kind of that weird thing, but everything would be inside of it. That is the coolest thing ever. And I wish I'd known about this before. So it works on chests. It works on most equipment. I think there's a few things that it just doesn't, it's kind of one of those things where, maybe the mods just aren't totally compatible. But one thing that it works on are vanilla spawners. You hear that up there? That is the result of that. I went to the Nether, and I found a fortress. And it wasn't the one that's right outside the Nether portal. I had to go a distance, and I almost died like a whole bunch of times. I was like, even with the full nano armor and stuff, the Nether is still a pretty scary place. I'm not gonna lie. It was like, oh, come on. So I found a blaze spawner, and it is sitting right up above us right there. And you just, like I said, you shift click on it, and it serializes it. And then I think I also got, a few episodes ago, over that away is the canyon, and I think I've got it in a video. We went over there, and there was the kind of exposed skelly spawner, and I remember that, and so I grabbed the skeleton spawner right there using this force wrench. I love this force. I love this thing. So yeah, that is the cool thing. I also in this. Let me see if I can do a couple other things real quick and talk to you. I found out these force mitts. No idea what they were good for. They are good for. They are good for chopping down trees. So it was very, very cool. I've been kind of going a little nuts on the trees and stuff like that. I mean, it won't last forever and stuff. They don't have the best durability or anything like that. But still pretty cool. Let's take these these rocky rocky drones out, and we'll just put them in here for now. So yeah, I have wired up inside this box right here. I have a blaze spawner, and it's sitting. I believe it's sitting. Yeah, it's sitting about this level here. Okay. Excuse me. So it's sitting on this block here, on this block level here, and then there's two blocks above it and 2 blocks below it. So it's a little bit bigger than it probably needs to be. I don't really care. And then I've got a couple of these mob grinders. Now this is a Mine Factory Reloaded thing. They're not that hard to make. They do require EU, so you have to supply them with EU, and then they pump out. They see a 5x5 area, and they kill mobs within it. Okay? They kill mobs within it, and they take their loot. And we can see the loot of one such thing right now. And what I did over here was I set up, number one, I set up a couple of regular furnaces because blaze rods make power. So that is a beautiful thing. So they make power. So I've got this kind of, and it's not really the way I want it. I kind of this was kind of almost like a proof of concept thing. So here's this cable actually comes off and goes down to the MFEs down there. And it comes off of that cable right there goes up to the solar panels, and then the whole thing comes down and stuff. And then I've also got it hooked up to these magma crucibles. Now, they are off right now. Okay. So, and so part of this, I don't have this, again, piped absolutely correctly, but, so I've got the generator generating power. I've got the magma crucibles set up. Oh, looks like a little bit came out, didn't it? Do I have enough? Oh, wow. I had a lot of power built up in there, I guess. There's quite a bit of power built up in there. So, let me reorganize my thoughts here. So, some of the blaze rods come in and they power these generators, or put power in these generators, and then the generators put power into the system. Some of them go to these magma crucibles and get turned into lava. The cool thing about this, and if I probably, if I explain this, if I get the audio working in the other video, then I won't worry about this. But look at this. So recipes. Nether rack, which is the way I powered the last thing. So 1,000 millibars, and I think this is, I don't know how many buckets this is. 12,000 MJs. 250 millibars of blaze rod, 2,000 MJs. So multiply this by 4, that is 8,000 MJs for the same amount. A substantial decrease in the amount of power needed to run these. So I am very happy. This is going to be a great setup. The other thing that the mob grinders do, again, this is Mine Factory Reloaded. They produce, they grab the blaze rods. They kill them. They kill the blazes. They grab the blaze rods. They also get mob essence. Now, what do you use mob essence for? Well, you use mob essence for not the igneous extruder, but the auto spawner. It requires emerald. I don't know that I've got emeralds. Anyway, you need essence to power the auto spawner, and then what you do is you grab you have to do a couple things, and you grab the blaze and stuff like that. You grab a blaze and you make this auto spawner, and you can have another blaze spawner. Now, here's the thing. If I was to make a auto spawner with a blaze in it, there wouldn't be enough essence to continue. You've got to continually supply the auto spawner with mob essence. There wouldn't be enough for an auto spawner. But since the one that's in here already, is a natural spawner, I'm going to guess that I can add more spawners to it. So what I'm going to guess, and I'm hoping that I'm right in this, and it's just a guess at this point. If I have a natural spawner, let's say that I had a setup like this. Let me get some dirt here. So let's say, oh, well, you know what? Let's just use this. Let's say that this right here, so I've got 4 crafting tables. Let's call them spawners. And let's say that the spawner with the block on it here is a natural spawner, like what I've got up there. Okay? Let's say that what my guess is that if this is an auto spawner, this is an auto spawner, and this is an auto spawner, and these 3 need the mob essence, the mob grinders that would be associated with this would be enough to harvest the mob essence from all of this. In other words, what I'm saying is these 3 would produce a little bit of mob essence, but not enough to power themselves again. But then when you add in a natural occurring one that doesn't need mob essence, it would produce an abundance, which would then power these 3. Does that make sense? I don't know whether it makes sense or not. The bottom line is, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this out. We're going to see if we can get this going. So yeah, 5x5 area. So I'm going to need, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to revamp this whole thing. The other thing that I want to do is I do kind of want to revamp this. This is cramped and silly and dumb and everything. I don't think it works all that well at this point. And since I think I'm wasting a lot more blaze rods just putting out power than I am actually putting them into the crucible. Like there's not even one. Well, I guess this has been running too. So I think what I want to do is revamp this whole thing, which should not be that hard. I think I'm going to have to just clear out a bigger... I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear out a bigger area. I'm going to make this room so it comes off... So the spawner sits in the middle, and then there's 4 blocks to every side. So there's plenty of room for the mobs to... oh, it's raining. Nice. There's plenty of room for the mobs to spawn in. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do is, number one, I'm going to widen, make the room larger so I can fit 4 in there. And then what I'll do is I'll have, you know, for each side, I'll have 4 coming off of each side. And then the other thing that I want to do is I want to raise this up probably about 4 blocks from where it's at. Because what I want to do is I want to set up the mob essence. I'm going to need to put piping underneath. I'm going to need, you know, I'm going to have to run it kind of a weird way. And actually, I think what I might do is I think I'm going to have to make 2 more mob grinders. I'm going to have to make 1 for each side, which is fine. I mean, I can do that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a bat box and a generator and a magma crucible for each side. And the generator will get like 1/3 of all of the blaze rods to power both the bat box and the magma crucible. And then the magma crucible, all the magma crucibles will do is run and then pump out lava to our handy dandy tank, which will not be this. I think it's going to be it was swift. It won't be this. It'll be a larger one. I'm going to actually make a. I think we've got iron tanks in this. Let me just check and see. But I need to make a big iron tank. Tank, is that right? Yeah, that looks like it. Yep, iron tanks. So I think I'm going to make a big iron tank, and I'll make a smaller one for the mob essence too. Or maybe I'll just use this for the mob essence and just let it replenish like that. The other things, okay, so the other things that I did the other day, I kind of did a lot of stuff, and again, dirt, you know, no kind of good record of it because my mic was muted. I kind of opened up this. I reset down my mass fabricator. I made an MFSU, and it's fully charged. I put in, and I may have already talked about some of this stuff on other videos too. I put in a chunk loader so that even when I'm not around, between the water mills, which I do know I talked about on another video, and the solar panels up there, this thing's gonna continue to charge. And indeed, I was gone for a couple days, and this whole thing is charged up. So that is a beautiful thing. The other thing that I did, and it's nighttime. Let's see if we can get out here and just take a look around here. The other thing that I did was I made 4 more solar panels. So now we've got 8. They're just regular solar because like right now they're not doing anything. They're just kind of sitting there. Let's see here. What else did I do? Just today, I mucked about with force trees. Sign and Panda were telling me that something in Darkcraft wasn't working because we couldn't do things right. And I think I solved the problem. It's just that you have to use. I don't know whether I've solved it or not. I'll find out today. You gonna try to come for me, dude? Nope, you're not even around. What else did I do? I think that's about it. Oh, yeah. I started on this, our assembly table. And there is some lava, and I cannot find it, and it's driving me off the charts. I don't know where it's at. I think I think it's this way. I don't know for sure. I wish I could find it, though. Whoop, 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 whoop. That's not what I want. Oh, found the lava. Found it. Okay, so let's try doing this then. I wonder if I can get up on top of it. Aha! Very nice. Ooh. This is a nice big one. This will power my evil plots for many months. Perfecto. Okay. Let's go ahead and seal this off. Yes, I like this. This is a very big one. Okay. Good thing I didn't go too far over that. That's like right there, isn't it? Okay. So I started on an assembly table. Unfortunately, I do not have... let me just seal this off again. There we go. Unfortunately, I do not have any lasers yet. So that is kind of the next thing I need to do, because the next thing I really want to do with everything, and I really need it for this up here, is to get some autarctic gates going. So let's investigate a laser. Let's do a laser. And as a matter of fact, let's just go ahead and take this. Ooh. Take this out. We will certainly come back to it. I'm just going to move. I just want to move. I just want to do something real quick with it. I don't need a ton. Let me see here. How do I make a laser? A laser. Okay, so obsidian, and I have tons of obsidian. In fact, I think what I'll do is I'll make a couple lasers. Gems and stuff. Ingots. Oh, there's 52 redstone in my inventory even. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll make a couple lasers. And then obsidian. Plenty of obsidian. Let's do this. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then I think it's like this, isn't it? Yep. That's what it is. Now, the lasers are part of Buildcraft, so I need Buildcraft MJs in order to do this. And I really don't want to use these electrical engines anymore. I think I'd rather just, so let's do this. Let's look at, I want pipe, so I want conductive pipe. Transfer sorting, force transfer, logistics. I also want to look at this logistics pipe too. That's going to be very cool. But first, let's look at conductive pipe, wooden conductive pipe, cobblestone, conductive pipe. I thought I wanted gold. Golden conductive pipe, which is redstone and golden transport pipe. And then I think I need, do I need wooden? Well, let's do this. Let's make some golden let's make some words have failed me again. Let's make some golden conductive pipe. Let's make 3 things of it. So let's do this. And then let's do this. 18 should be good, or 8. Let's do 16. Very good. And we'll put the pipe with our pipe, and we'll put the redstone with our redstone, and we'll put the gold with our gold, because I don't want to. Let's do that. Yeah. And then we need to look at power converters. So I want to look at provide. That's an image pattern provider. Provider module. That's all part of that. Let's see, bridge. I know that it's called a bridge. Bridge, energy bridge. So that is that. So we need an energy bridge. And then we need a supplier. No. Let's go to item subsets and look for. No, not logistics, not mod. Let's go to advanced power management. No, that's not it. Applied energistics. Nope, that's not it. No. Let's try. Not vanilla. What's it called? Not factorization, not. It's power converters. And we want. Stop! No! Power converters. We want consumers and producers. Okay. So I want. So let's make a bridge. Okay, so. I now have a low voltage consumer, I've got an energy bridge, and a BC producer. So this stuff here, let's see here. Do I have? Yep. So let's just go ahead and take some of this down real quick. Okay. And we will take out these engines here. We no longer need them. And we'll take out the... Okay, and then just because we say we can, we'll put that up. Oh. Ah, Nope. There we go. All right, so I think what let's do is this. Let's have the low voltage consumer here. Yes. Where'd I put it? Low voltage consumer. Okay. We'll take the energy, no, not the obsidian, but the energy bridge and put it here. This is charging up, so that's good. And then we'll put the DC producer, yeah. And there's no link, which is fine. So then what we'll do is we'll take yonder like that, right? And let's just see. Now I thought, how do I turn this on now? It's charging. So do I have to have... How does this build craft... How does build craft work? I forget now. I know on the other thing I had... Can I do... All I have to do is really just give it a redstone signal, right? No. Okay. So this could be an issue. Let me look this up real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so this I've screwed up. Are you surprised? Don't be surprised. Let's just take all this down. These actually do still have to be powered by engines. So I think what we're going to do is take this all down and kind of I think what we'll do is we'll take all this down. So let's find out if my force wrench will work on these. So I don't want to lose all the power here. Okay. And looks like it did, yeah. So let's put this back. Not a big deal to replace, but just kind of a pain in the butt. And then, where's those? Boom, 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 boom. And let's get this out.
Okay, so after some experimentation and failure, The energy bridge thing is not going to work, and I'm not sure why. I'm going to have to investigate and play around with it a little bit more. So here is what I have done. I've got this little electrical engine, and I'm just going to have to run a ring of cable and electrical engines around behind the lasers that I can do. Anyway, yeah, I'll have to figure out and see what else I can do.
Okay, so the first thing is going to be the chipsets. So might as well just go ahead and load up on the redstone chipset. I know I'm going to need a bunch of them. And that's going to take forever. I wonder if I should just go ahead and make a few more things. I don't know.